Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have an educational video on 5 simple Japanese word sets and phrases which I think will significantly help your TCG shopping experience in Japan. So this applies to Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, you name it, and I would say some phrases would work in most shopping situations in Japan in general. Now before I start, I must confess my Japanese is not great. Probably N4 at best after a few sakes, and N5 on most days, and I do not claim to be an expert of the language in any way. But I have shopped possibly over 1,000 Japanese card stores, shops, secondhand stores, department stores, Pokemon centers, etc. in my 4 years in Japan, living and thriving as a 6-figure Pokemon card seller. So I hope my experience on this particular matter can provide some useful insight and knowledge and help you guys with your future card shopping visits in Japan. So with that being said, let's move on to the first phrase. Sumimasen, showcase onegai shimasu. Sumimasen, showcase onegai shimasu. Which means, excuse me, showcase please. Now many shops have multiple showcases for different cards and products like comics, toys, video games, etc. And each showcase requires a different set of keys in which you might need to be more specific about which particular showcase. So the staff might ask you, "Dono showcase desu ka?" In which case you could say, "Card showcase onegai shimasu. Card showcase onegai shimasu." Or if you want to be super specific, you could say, "Pokemon card showcase onegai shimasu. Pokemon card showcase onegai shimasu." So once again, right, you go to a card store, you saw the cards in the showcase, and you want them to help you open up the showcase and pick out the cards you want, right? The first phrase is "Sumimasen, showcase onegai shimasu." Sumimasen, showcase onegai shimasu. Or "Card showcase onegai shimasu. Card showcase onegai shimasu." Or "Pokemon card showcase onegai shimasu. Pokemon card showcase onegai shimasu." So that's the first phrase. Now you got the staff's attention and you've led he or she to the shiny Pokemon card display glass cases. Now in some card shops the condition labels are already on the cards, so this is when you're expected to just choose the cards you want, but of course you want to make sure that you can check the conditions in person right before deciding to buy or not to buy. Which leads us to the second phrase today for TCG shopping in Japan. Second phrase, which is "Kakunin shite mo ii desu ka?" Kakunin shite mo ii desu ka? Which means, can I please check, or can I please check the condition? Now, if you want to be more specific, you can ask, "Can I please check the condition of the card?" which is "Joutai kakunin shite mo ii desu ka?" Joutai kakunin shite mo ii desu ka? Joutai being condition. Now this means, can I check the condition please? In most cases, the staff will say, "Hai, ii desu. Hai, ii desu." Or "Yes, yes." Or sometimes they might say, "No problem, no problem." Now, in all these 3 cases, it means yes, right? Now, in the rare case, they might say no, or they might say "Sumimasen, ie," or "No, sorry," in which case means no. But the main point here is that it's always best to ask this first so that they're aware of your intention to check each card before making a purchase decision. So once again, the 2 phrases are to check the condition of the card. "Kakunin shite mo ii desu ka?" "Kakunin shite mo ii desu ka?" Or "Joutai kakunin shite mo ii desu ka?" "Joutai kakunin shite mo ii desu ka?" Alright, so now the staff has been made aware of your intent to check the condition of the cards, you can start telling him the cards you want. Now the challenge now is to indicate which cards you want out of, say, the 6 rows of cards which is laid out in front of you, right? And quite often the staff will take the wrong card or the card next to the one you want, which brings us to the next set of words, right? And these important words you want to know here are the Japanese words that demonstrate place or position. You know, stuff like this, that, in front of, behind, next to, right? Which is used to describe or confirm which specific card it is that you want to take out. Now, also, if you know the Pokemon names in Japanese, it would help here as well. But I'm going to assume that you do not in this video, so we'll use these position descriptor words next. So the position descriptor words that you want to use, right, when pointing out the cards you want in the showcase, the first one is kono karo, which means this card. So you can use this to indicate cards near you or right in front of you. Now, if the card is a little bit further away, you could point and say sono karo, which means that card. Now, you can use this to indicate a card which is maybe in the back row. Now, if the staff picks the card behind the one you actually wanted, you could also say sono karo no mae ni, which means in front of that card. Which means you want the card in front, right? So if the staff picked the card in front of the one you actually wanted, you could say sono karo no ura ni, which means you want the one behind, right? And if they point at the card next to the one that you actually want, right, you could say sono karo no tonari, which means next to that card. So now the staff has taken the card out for you to check. You've checked the condition, and you want to tell them to either hold on to the card or return the card to the case. The two words you need to know here is very simple. These are two katakana words based off English. So the two words you want to know are, number one, kippu, which means to keep, right? So kippu onegaishimasu or kippu. That means you want to hold on to the card. And the other word you want to know is kansuru, which means cancel. So you don't want it. These are very simple words. Kippu means to hold onto the card or to keep the card, and kansuru, which means to cancel the card, to return the card to the case, right? So now you've made it this far, so congratulations guys, because the last phrase is kind of a bonus phrase, and it's probably one which is going to save the most money potentially. So you've checked the cards and you're happy with the condition, but the price is a little bit high, or you want to see if you can get a discount. Now generally I actually suggest asking for discounts only if you're making a large purchase or if you're spending more than a few $100s at least, as bargaining is not really a thing in Japan. So most Japanese places, the price is as it is, and usually you can't bargain. And I would really only suggest trying this at local card shops. I do not recommend doing this at large franchise card shops or department stores or second-hand shops, and obviously not Pokemon Center. Dear God, please do not try to negotiate at the Pokemon Center. So that being said, if you are at a local card shop and you want to see if you can try and get a discount, what you want to know is this phrase, which is "Skoshi yasuku narimasen ka? Skoshi yasuku narimasen ka? Skoshi yasuku narimasen ka?" Now, this basically means a bit cheaper, okay? A little cheaper. Can we go a little cheaper? Now, most likely the staff will say "Sumimasen, yeah," right? Or something along the lines of "No, sorry." But occasionally, they may tilt their head, right? And say, "Chotto matte," right? Which means, okay, please wait, let me think about it. So what they actually, if they say "Chotto matte," it means that please wait. They will probably go check with their store manager, or better yet, they will check the shop buying price of that card on the computer, right? And see if they could offer you a better price than the price that is on the price tag. Now, I've personally tried doing this in maybe about 50 different card shops, and I can tell you I've gotten myself discounts at about 10 to 20 of them, right? And 3 of these card shops was where I used to regularly shop at least once a month, and I would get anywhere between 20 to 40% discounts on my large purchases. Now, I do have to say these were usually relatively small to mid-sized shops in the fringe areas of Tokyo or Kanto, fringe areas of Yokohama, Nagoya, some small shops in Nagoya, and in some cities in Kansai, outside of Osaka or Kyoto. So places that you might have to jump on a train, travel about 1 to 2 hours from the big cities, you're going to have a little bit more luck, right? Now, so it never hurts to try, especially in these small towns. What I find is that a lot of these small towns where the card shops never get any foreign visitors. So having someone going and buying a lot really kind of helps their livelihoods a lot. So once again, if you want to ask for a small discount, you can say 少し安くなりませんか? 少し安くなりませんか? Right? And that's it, guys. That's it for my video of 5 simple Japanese words and phrases for buying TCG cards at Japanese card shops. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. And good luck with your next Japanese card shopping adventures. Make sure you subscribe and like. Peace.